Now, eyewitness reaction of a deadly police crash. And she was run over by her own car. A local woman recounts a violent carjacking.
We're tracking rain for your Friday. We will walk you through hour by hour coming up.
Plus, we go one-on-one with Packers icon Jerry Kramer. The News at 10 starts now.
The law enforcement community is mourning a police officer killed in the line of duty. Tonight, officers escorted the body of 23-year-old Charles Irvine Jr. from the hospital to the medical examiner's office.
We showed you the scene on the CBS 58 News at 5. 2 officers in this squad car when it rolled over near 76 and Silver Spring. Officer Irvine was killed. A second officer was hurt. We have live team coverage on this deadly crash. CBS 58's Stephanie Buffamonte spoke to witnesses at the scene.
First, we go to Mark McPherson outside Freighter Hospital, where officials just updated us on the investigation. Mark?
The chief and mayor just finished a press conference a little less than an hour ago. The chief says Irvine and another officer were in pursuit of a vehicle suspect when their squad left the road. Both officers suffered serious injuries and were transported to the hospital where Irvine was pronounced dead. He's the first officer to die in Milwaukee in the line of duty in 22 years. The chief says Irvine was just starting with the police force.
A 23-year-old Charles Irvine Jr. This is information that I have to be presented for you so far. Today, at approximately 5:00 p.m., Officer Irvine and his partner were involved in a pursuit of a reckless vehicle, at which time the squad crashed.
A long line of Officer Irvine's colleagues, all these police officers, MPD community in mourning. They led the procession from Freighter to the medical examiner's office.
CBS 58's Stephanie Buffamonte spoke to witnesses at the scene. She continues our live team coverage near 76th and Silver Spring. Stephanie.
Several streets in this area have been blocked off for hours now. If you take a look behind me here, you could see detectives and police officers are still on scene for about almost 5 hours now. We've been watching them go through this area with flashlights for the past couple of hours now. Witnesses describe this fatal crash as a nightmare.
When I turned around, the car was flipping in the air and it just slammed into the bridge.
Tyrone Scott says he saw the Milwaukee police squad car flip at least 8 times.
It was just flipping, it was just going in circles, just flipping, just like this, flipping, and then it just slammed up against the wall.
Video shows Milwaukee firefighters surrounding the police squad car after it flipped over near 76 and Silver Spring.
Thank you. Officer Irvine is the first Milwaukee police officer to die in the line of duty since 1996.
Police departments across our area reacting to news of his death on social media. Glendale police posted this message to Facebook: "R.I.P. brother. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten. He won't get away with this."
The Eagle Police Department said, "We pray for the officer's family and loved ones and for the fast recovery of the second officer who was also injured in this crash."
Acting Milwaukee County Sheriff Richard Schmidt sent this statement to our newsroom. "I'm extremely saddened to learn of the loss of our fellow officer. This officer gave his life protecting the lives of Milwaukee citizens."
And Milwaukee Common Council President Ashanti Hamilton reacted to the news, saying, "The city of Milwaukee will always be grateful for his sacrifice, and I want to assure those who knew and loved him of our support in the coming days." Our live coverage of the deadly police crash continues in about 20 minutes. You can also find more reaction, video, and interviews on our website, cbs58.com.
Temperatures continue to cool into the 50s and 60s. 57 in Milwaukee, Racine and Kenosha. Waukesha's at 55, West Bend at 55 degrees. Still some 60s from Lake Geneva, Beaver Dam, Watertown, and Fort Atkinson. Later on tonight, some more clouds are going to be rolling in out of the west, and a few spotty showers are going to be possible for the morning commute tomorrow. Now, it's one of those days we're not going to see a steady rain on and off throughout your Friday. I think we'll see some isolated chances for some rain. Temperatures in the morning will be in the upper 50s and lower 60s.
Holy crap, that guy was right here. You know, I didn't think he'd make it through with all the cops.
An armed and dangerous man may be on the move tonight. Jonathan Pogriba has been on the run for more than 48 hours.
Investigators believe he may be behind the wheel of a stolen car.
It was in the garage. They must have apparently broke in the house, from what I know. And I believe the keys were in the car.
Pogriba is accused of stealing the car from a neighbor. The family wasn't home at the time. We've learned they're on vacation. Pogriba took off from his town of Eagle home Tuesday. The Waukesha County Sheriff's Office says he fired shots at his wife and son after an argument. They believe he could be heading to La Crosse or Minnesota.
He just put his foot to the gas and he came back the second time and he just came over me.
A woman lucky to be alive after a violent carjacking in Wauwatosa. 3 teens attacked 70-year-old Rudy Lenore in February just outside the Lutheran Home for the Aging on North Avenue. Lenore was working there at the time. She was walking to her car when the teens threw her to the ground and ran her over as they escaped.
10 more victims come forward in a sex abuse investigation at Nicolet High School. The superintendent is speaking for the first time tonight. CBS 58's David Schuman is live in Glendale with how the district is responding. David.
Learning that former teacher David Johnson abused at least 12 students during his time here is a heartbreaking pill for everyone to swallow. Tonight, the man charged with ensuring it doesn't happen again is apologizing. 12 former students now have come forward to the Nicolet School District and Superintendent Robert Kabilski.
To the victims, we're sorry this happened. This should not have happened to you. This should not happen to anyone, and we'll do anything we can to help you heal.
They say David Johnson sexually abused them during his tenure from 1958 to 1994.
Even though that was 35 years ago, terrible and yes, shocking.
An update now to a CBS 58 Investigate story. A Minnesota man facing more charges in Wisconsin for promising snow removal but not following through.
Matthew Erickson appeared in Waukesha County Court today. He's accused of scamming 131 people across the country. Erickson was arrested in Minnesota. Prosecutors say he was contracted to remove snow through his company Snow Angels but never did the job. At least 32 victims are in Wisconsin. Prosecutors say he now owes more than $60,000 to his victims.
Wells Fargo announced layoffs at a Waukesha County branch, the company making cuts at its asset management facility on Heritage Road in Menominee Falls. 46 people will be out of a job. They learned this news May 30th, their last day October 1st. Department of Workforce Development will assist affected workers.
A new report out tonight says President Donald Trump will be in the Milwaukee area. The Milwaukee Business Journal reports the president will attend the groundbreaking for the Foxconn project in Mount Pleasant. According to the report, President Trump will also headline a political fundraiser.
A transgender-friendly addition to the new Bucks Arena. CBS 58 got an exclusive look at the gender-neutral facilities. Plus,
meet the new leader of the Milwaukee County Parks Department, why some say he's the right man for the job.
I'm like a 10-year-old girl giggling and laughing, and all the bad stuff went away.
Packers legend Jerry Kramer tells Kevin Holden what it was like to finally make the Hall of Fame. It's an interview you will only see on CBS 58.
You're watching the CBS 58 News at 10 with Bill Walsh, Kate Chappell, Chief Meteorologist Drew Burgoyne, and Sports Zone with Kevin Holden.
More fallout tonight from the latest Sterling Brown arrest video. Leaders want to know why they learned about the video around the same time the public did.
They're calling on MPD to review their handling of the Sterling Brown case. The Fire and Police Commission made that request at their meeting tonight. They also want Chief Morales to explain the rationale behind his punishments, and they want to hear any recommendations about how to move forward.
And we want to take this opportunity to look at all the process, SOPs, how the police interact with people.
New at 10, a canine with the Muskego Police Department has a new body camera. The dog's name is Sirius. Police say the cameras help keep officers hands-free in case they need to use a weapon.
The camera system allows the handler to send the dog into an unknown situation and remotely view what the dog is seeing, what the dog is doing, and more importantly, what the suspect is doing.
The new Milwaukee Bucks Arena will be one of the first in the NBA to have gender-neutral bathrooms.
CBS 58 got an exclusive look. This is a photo of the sign outside the bathroom. You can see it says all genders and has 3 figures instead of just 1 for men or women. The bathrooms have 1 stall. There will be 4 on the main concourse and at least 1 on all other levels. Milwaukee County Executive Chris Abele has appointed Guy Smith to head the County Parks Department. At today's announcement, Smith says the parks are ready for the summer season.
Our disc golf courses are open, foot golf is open, all of our traveling beer gardens are open.
CBS 58 Ready Weather Team, the official forecasters for the Milwaukee Brewers. Let's take a live look outside at downtown Milwaukee.
More clouds will be rolling in later on tonight ahead of our next disturbance that's providing plenty of rainfall throughout northern Iowa and southern portions of Minnesota. This looks pretty healthy. If it holds together, we're talking about a lot of rainfall, but here's the thing, with that northeast wind overnight and throughout the day tomorrow, that's going to help block some of these showers from coming in. 80s still return for the middle to the end of next week, and we will be watching closely the Father's Day holiday weekend with a chance for some storms.
All right, Drew, thank you very much. Work on a new sports complex got officially underway today. Crews broke ground on the Ballpark Commons in Franklin. $125 million development will be built next to the Rock Sports Complex. It'll have apartments, restaurants, an entertainment center, and a 4,000-seat baseball stadium.
It'll be one place where they can go and have a whole lot of fun doing all kinds of different things. And they can also come here for an excellent quality of life.
The stadium will be home to an independent minor league baseball team. You can help pick the team's name. 3 finalists remain. They are Wisconsin Haymakers, Dairyland Milkmen, Wisconsin Crop Dusters.
Game's over, man. We'll just get another ball tomorrow. We'll never see it again.
Why not?
The Bees!
The Brewers tested their acting chops in this viral remake of The Sandlot. Now the crew is at it again.
Pitchers Josh Hader, Brent Suter, Jeremy Jeffress spoofed Dumb and Dumber in their latest movie recreation.
You guys headed out to the bullpen? My scooter died, and I'm late for a bullpen session.
Mock.
Yeah.
Ing.
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Suter. Look, there's some people on the right, too.
Pick 'em up.
That song's been in my head all day. The video, a promo for the Brewers mini bullpen car giveaway when the Brewers take on the Phillies June 17th. I highly recommend you watch the entire clip.
Watch it. Coming up in sports, Kevin Holden sits down with Packers Hall of Famer Jerry Kramer. He tells Kevin why getting that call is one of the 2 greatest moments of his life.
Now, the CBS 58 Sports Zone with Scott Grodzki.
Just 2 months before Jerry Kramer joins the Hall of Fame, he sits down with our own Kevin Holden to talk about the knock on his hotel room door that changed his life.
Well, I was a little emotional about things, about having missed the opportunity 10 times. And when they called, like a 10-year-old girl, all the bad stuff went away.
2018's been a great year for Jerry Kramer, starting with the call to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
There hasn't been a bad note. Well, there was one Dallas fan that said I was offside in the Ice Bowl. But
have you thought about August 4th? Have you thought about what that night will look like?
I'm getting more comfortable with where I'm going and the direction I'm going and what I want to say. I hope that it'll come out right.
That induction speech will surely include praise for his Packers teammates in one of the best eras in any NFL team's history.
We had a wonderful group of football players that happened to be an incredible team, and they put the team first. You got a couple busted ribs? Yeah. Can you go? Yeah.
It's pretty ironic that you have Kramer going into the Hall of Fame the same time as Terrell Owens. You're not going to find 2 people who are more direct opposites than the 2 of them. Kramer's on cloud 9 talking about it. Owens declined his invitation to the ceremony after complaining about how long it took for a few months, or for years actually. Just a reminder, took him 3 total years. Kramer waited 45. The wait's almost over for Packers fans who want to see Ha-Ha Clinton Dix in action. After missing OTAs for personal reasons, the Pro Bowl safety says he will be at next week's minicamp. A couple 100,000 fans have been enthralled by Giannis trying out random foods like corn dogs and Funyuns on Twitter. And as fun as that is, there's actually some pretty big news for the Greek Freak. New Bucks coach Mike Budenholzer is keeping assistant Sean Sweeney on the staff. Sweeney's been here since 2014 and is very close to Giannis. 5 other assistants were also hired today. All of them were with Budenholzer in Atlanta. Be sure to go to our website. Kevin will be posting more from that interview with Jerry Kramer.
Recapping tonight's breaking news, the law enforcement community mourning a police officer killed in the line of duty. Officers escorted the body of 23-year-old Charles Irvine Jr. from Froedtert Hospital to the medical examiner's office. We're learning what happened before the crash near 76th and Silver Spring.
CBS 58's Stephanie Buffamani has been on scene all day and continues our live team coverage. Stephanie.
We've been here for more than 5 hours, and just minutes ago, police officers started to remove the cones and caution tape.
Milwaukee Alderman Cavalier Johnson just sent us a statement saying Officer Irvine Entered into a vocation where he could protect and serve our community, he bravely put his life on the line to make sure that our streets are safe.
Our live coverage on the police crash continues on the CBS 58 Morning News. You can find much more reaction, the full news conference, and video from the scene on our website, cbs58.com.